everyone, and welcome to today's session. My name is Susie Tuck, and I am the Vice President of Sales at PaperClip. We're excited to bring you today's panel of premier agencies from the Life Insurance Independent Distribution Channel. At this time, it is my honor to introduce today's presenter, Ken Lebo. As founder and CEO at InsurTech Express, Ken brings more than 33 years insurance industry experience with an extensive background in insurance technology for distribution and back office systems.
Thank you, Susie. So let's start by introducing our panelists. We have Nikki Parker from Ash Brokerage, Tracy Miller from BKA Financial, Ray Johnson from Brokers Clearinghouse, Hector Ramirez from CPS Insurance Services, Scott Weber from Lion Street, and Amanda Turner from the Palmer Agency. I do want to segue just for a moment because I know you guys all use the Internet Express document exchange service from PaperClip, and it's been in the market a long time, 21 years, and last year they did over 70 million documents. So Nikki, starting with you, in exchanging documents, what challenges do you have? And also, I know that they have a dashboard, desktop for tracking information, kind of that FedEx.com model, and how often do you rely on that?
Yeah, so we still have from time to time carriers that say that they don't receive our documents. So the tracking system that is provided is a quick and easy way to resolve any transmission issues with the carriers. And I would say that those have greatly reduced, but every now and then from time to time, we still have those pop up. So having those features at our fingertips and on demand for us is huge.
Tracking information we use regularly. I know that my case managers will typically just double check to make sure things are sent, because people will set things up and then forget to actually follow through with the full procedure. So they are trying to make sure they check that tracking information to ensure that things are delivered. I have used it to like cut and paste that information out to contact at a carrier when I've been told they didn't receive it. And that tracking information usually gets things moving very quickly after they receive that.
My case managers rely on it a lot because, like has been previously said, we have some carriers that will say, I didn't get the document. Here's the EDX ID number. Here's when it was sent, and here's when you got it. And then all of a sudden, the document miraculously appears. So my case managers, ever since we moved to the VCF, now have access to that information, and they love it, because before they used to have to come to me. I would have to log in to the EDX portal, look up the documents, look up the number, and go, here's the timestamp, here's the number, the package number, send this to them. Now they can do that on their own and not have to come to me and delay any confirmation that they do have the documents. So that's one of the challenges. And the reason that my case managers rely on it so much is they don't physically send EDX packages themselves. We've had PaperClip create scripting for us that looks for anything that's marked as send, and every 2 hours sends it out to the carriers automatically. So the carrier, my case managers don't have to physically send anything unless they're an underwriter. And that way they can see, oh, it has gone out, and here's when it went out.
Wouldn't have a lot to add. I think, Ray spelled it out pretty well. For us, we have the similar challenges. It's carrier by carrier, right? So some carriers are really plugged in and pick up that package as soon as it's delivered. And so, if you're looking at that tracking ID and it says, a certain date and time, if the carrier is expeditious on their end and picking it up and go, it's fine. Where we've seen some gaps is that they don't pick it up right away, right? And then you can find out later that it was ingested on the carrier side a day or two later. Well, what happened in that day or two? And that's just a infrequent occurrence. I would say that if you looked overall, right, 70 million packages delivered. If you looked at the true incident and percentage of that relative to the whole, this is not as a huge problem, but definitely some areas where we could tweak it.
and I use the tracking as well. When the carrier says they have not received the document, I can show them that it was received and tell them it was received, and immediately they find it, or it was logged under something else. And so it's a similar situation with everybody else.
Now, I do see some of you do receive documents via on Internet Express from medical service providers. How does this benefit your workflow?
Yeah, so having that integration built in with, we have it built in currently with ExamOne and APPS, and that helps greatly with the workflow because it's coming into the environment, into the case, into our core platform, and it's right there for the case manager and or underwriters to review.
The same. It's a very efficient process to be able to go into a case once you know that the exam is completed, and you know, within I think 24 to 48 hours typically, those documents will show up right in the PaperClip file and can easily be forwarded on to the carrier for review. So it's a very efficient process for us.
Even our medical records from our 2 vendors that we use through PaperClip, and we used to always receive them through our old vendor that way too. What I've noticed is once we get that email that the APS is available and uploaded, it's like within a half hour it's in our system, whereas before it was an overnight process. So again, it's just in there quicker than it ever used to be. And I'm going to have to talk to Stacy about the exams, because when Tracy said that her exams are put right in there, I want to get on that board.
Same way, right? We do a lot with Jetstream APS, right? And they're wired into it. So it's just, it expedites it. It gets it off of email. We all get too many emails. We're trying to get, out of that environment. And, this just keeps everything, in one place, in a secure fashion. So yeah, same as all the others, right?